2, 3, 4 second delay. Hey, YouTube! 2 seconds, just get my pop-up chat popped up. I can actually probably, if I look on that. Here we go. Oh, there, I can't get my pop-up chat up. Ah, okay. Hey, Daniel! Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, poor Phil Campbell. Said something would go in for an operation that didn't work. I was just putting a backing track in before I played my one pickup super guitar. Hey, you'll come! 3 minutes before Bucky time. So, Elixir strings have been scraped. They're looking kind of quite mouldy. These are polywebs, and they must be at least 10 years old. I could probably check back in my videos of when these were last changed. A bit scraped. This guitar has definitely not been out since I moved here. Still 2 minutes before I start. 2 minutes. And that. Bucky time! Hey Ben, how's it going? I'm going to have to seriously, Alex, I'm going to have to seriously look at getting better mudguards for the bike. I was out today and I just looked like an absolute, I mean, basically. It kind of looked like I'd shat myself, but like the bum hole was too high up. Do you know what I mean? If it maybe had like my bum hole was on the back, it just, I mean, yeah. Mic is a bit low compared to the guitar. Is that better? Or should I be turning the guitar down? The thing is, I'm just trying not to talk too close to it. Maybe play the guitar a wee bit quieter. Better? Should I turn the guitar down a wee bit? Mixing desk. Yeah, we're just hitting the red. Oh, yes, cheers, Joachim. Bucky. Something missing, getting a dry mouth. Oh no, I'm old and I can't see what the number is. It is a Can you find where the number is? I can't see whether that's 13 or 18. It makes a difference. It's neither. It's 19. Cheers. Fruity. Not sponsored because they've never asked me. Yeah, so what's everyone been up to? I saw, who was it? Who'd bought a new guitar and I saw it the other day? I can't remember. Hey, Shaky Blues, yeah. Doing good. Bit knackered, legs are sore, out the bike today. But feeling quite chuffed with myself with this guitar, actually. I got this ages ago and it was amazing. And then I built it and then I messed about with it. And at one point I changed the tuners. And see, basically it was playing, right? Just a slight bit of string buzz and stuff. The action was 3/4 of a millimetre across it and it still played. So I'd basically set it up like for, super light finger tapping. So what I've done is I've set it up normally now and it's like totally pure fantastic. But it's great having these came with 2 switches, so I've wired it so that you get either coil, so that's them both off, and this is the bridge coil, so it's a bit more telly. And the volume control makes a huge difference. Like at full, down a wee bit, so it's like a tone control built into it. But it's one of those things, it's like, I remember this happened with anytime I get a new bit of hi-fi, like when I was a student, I was collecting all the records and stuff like that, you would get, like, all my record player all came from charity shops, and I found my amp, and I was delivering chips to guys in a flat in Kirky, and on the top step, and it was like in a close, and on the top step, I was like, rang the doorbell, and I was waiting, I was like, that's a totally cool looking like record player on a drawer and an amp and stuff, just sitting on the top of the stair. And the 2 minutes it took the guy to answer the door, and then I, sold him his pizza or whatever it was, and then that hi-fi going in the bin, like, I just take it. It's pure amazing, but it's like the power switches burst on it, and I was just going to throw it out. I don't have room for it. And it was like, wait. Fender won a court case in Europe, copyright on Strat body shape. Thoughts? I don't know. There's so many guitars. I suppose it could, I don't know. I mean, is that basically just going straight for Thomann? So you're no longer going to get, if you want to get a Telecaster or a Strat, which, let's be honest, must be the Harley Benton's biggest sellers, most likely. That and, like, well, I don't know, the Les Paul, one would assume. And then suddenly they can't do. But where did you decide? Is this well, you said it the Strat body shape. No, I think it's Strat, P-Bass and Telecasters, and not the 3 of them. I think it might be the 3 of them it was mentioned. But it doesn't, they won a court case because they took, like, some Chinese company that just went, all right, fuck it, and just closed down and then opened up as another company somewhere else, so they didn't really win a court case, if you know what I mean. Like the love child of a PRS NA, I don't know what a PRS NA53 BC Rich Gunslinger. See, I would go more along the lines of, like is it the Snakehead original prototype Telecaster? Kinda, apart from it's got the DiMarzio in it. Amp Wales, Phil Campbell. Wow, I'm a bit ignorant exactly. I'm not 100% sure who Phil Campbell is. He's a band called The Bastard Son, but he was in Motorhead. Yeah. Sounds shit. Yeah, but this, sorry, back to this guitar. This although it's got a humbucker in it, well, I put a different one in, but it should have a black MMK humbucker in it. It didn't actually do humbucker sounds, so you had an on-off switch for the two coils, but they were both in series, so when you had them both on, you got the two in parallel. Sorry, no, it wasn't in series, so you got the two in parallel, so it didn't actually do humbucker sounds, and it was big for country. I suppose the difference being maybe having the choice of which I've actually got. You know, it's like if you play against another Telecaster, Telecaster bridge bridge pickup, and then so is that. No, but that was right. It was your Pacifica we were talking about there. The Duncan isn't a Duncan; it's half a Duncan and half a DiMaggio bodged together. Well, I mean, it's worth having a look, just seeing if the coils are gone. I've actually got half a Seymour Duncan, which has got the coil with Seymour Duncan written on it, which is still proper. It's still rating. It's just that the other coil didn't. So I was going to try and do it. Hey, Mr. Whitesnake, yeah, Clipper 6. So it's the Japanese one. But too much roadster action going on. I think it's actually your fault, Mr. Whitesnake. I've obviously watched your Roadster video, and therefore I'm getting. There's other people who've got Roadsters, bastards. I mean, maybe not quite as well hidden as I was thinking, because I never see any videos for Roadsters. It's because I don't actually look them up, or I don't watch ones with Roadsters in it. Yours must be tagged. Therefore, watching yours, it's like suddenly I'm getting, people like, I've got this Marty McFly guitar and stuff like that. So they're a little bit more popular. So let's get into a bit more obscure status quo caster. How have you been? John Torres, Pacific Up Pure Wild. It sounds mental. I've been good. I've just not really accumulated that many. Although I was rummaging through when I was trying to find this. This wasn't the guitar I was looking for. And I found that Yellow Godin, which is a pure amazing guitar. I need to sell that. Anyone want a Yellow Godin? It's amazing. Yes, DVD, these weeks are flying by. Yeah. I think Amped Wales is buying all the guitars for all of us. It's sounding good. The problem is, it's like buying them all the first time round's great, and then you end up with guitars like this that you sit there, and then it's like maybe 10 years later, it's like, I've got this fucking amazing guitar. So rather than buying another one, I can go back and play this one like it's new. And my new thing is to go through all these guitars and set them up properly, or set them up not for neoclassical speed metal. Set them up with a bit of a higher action. The thing is, I was always thinking that the best guitars, it's definitely possible to set them up like a Neon Shred machine, you know what I mean? But you can only do that with really good guitars, which you can do with this, because it's a really good guitar. But just because you can do it doesn't necessarily mean that's what you want. So if you can get to play with in this case, 0.75mm action without buzzing too bad, or just general buzz rather than individual buzz, then that neck's pretty fucking good. But it's also, you can't just raise it up. So I raised it up 1.25mm, 2175, yeah. All of them, you some love. Sometimes it's joyous, so it's so nice, see, just taking like an old, when it's a better guitar, to bits. You know, I mean, I'm talking about, even when I was playing it at the very start there, that Eros bass, it looked fucking minging. I just thought it was a cheaper. Basically, when I bought it, I thought I shouldn't have bought this. It wasn't until later on I started taking to bits, and it was like, just the way the screws come out properly and everything on it's really good. You're like, oh yeah, and it's like that compared to it's 50-year-old, and it was manky, and someone's painted it with a brush and stuck stickers on it and all that crap, and it's not been looked after. But even then, all those parts work really well. Whereas even if you're on a modern guitar, even I think the price and the type of guitar that are getting worse built are just there. You know what I mean? I don't even know what you get really with the lower end real Fenders kind of thing. Stevia 60. It'll be fine. Don't worry. Here's an Epiphone Supernova, no Gallagher signature model. His pal works at Skip. Someone threw it away. Oh god, that's ridiculous. But there you go. I mean, that's a ridiculous amount of money. I mean, what would I do if I had an Epiphone? Supernova, no Gallagher. I would smash it up. No, but the fuck, I would sell it really quickly. Get it J-Packs, maybe. A single pickup Kawai Aquarius, a pair of that's amazing. I want that's. I mean, there's not that many Japanese guitars that I kind of know about that I want. Obviously, they're sticking out, but that's me kind of going for the. I don't. There's such a mad journey you go on. It's like depends what's available. And this one, it's like I got this on. It was just on Facebook Marketplace, and it was 30 quid. I just went and bought it. It was just the body and the neck, nothing else. And the guy's like, I'm sure it said Matsumoto in the neck plate. And I was like, Pierre, man, it already looked up, and it's the one with the Clipper 6 was Matsumoto. All the other ones weren't, but this one was. The other ones have different headstocks. You bro, can you play Drain, your new Nirvana? I don't know. I don't, probably, but I don't know which song that is. I was like, you want to make 10 times profit on that? Well, that's it. I mean, I bet it was cool as fuck, but it's one of those ones that's kind of like this. You know what it is? This is I've been playing this with my super wanky clean chorus liking sounds single coil stuff and loving it, but it's not really what it's for because it's got massive super distortion in it. This is an absolute shredding Motley Crue-esque. Hey, Sloaney! Found this guitar in a club while the band was taking a break. Sloaney's been on the buying again. What did you buy a... Was it last week you got a P-Bass? Did you buy another P-Bass? Aye. I'm just going for the... If you got the electric car ready for... Hey, Harvested 2. I mean, yo, but I don't know how to play Nirvana. I don't really like them very much. So, no. I'll go with Horror for 20. Yeah. Guitars are still there. They're pretty fun. I've had some of these guitars for such a long time and in such bad condition, just in an attic, just on their own with their pure manky. I'm kind of having to restore them again. I'm playing a bass all week. It's been good bait. Sometimes you're just... See when you get like a really, really thuddy, quiet bass, but it's still quite loud as well. You know what I mean? Like a really muffled, almost like stupid reggae dub type bass that the music you don't like, but you're just sitting there, you can just kind of go boom, 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 like playing it really softly. It is totally cool as fuck. And if you get like in a groove with any sort of drum machine click track or playing along with something, it's just, you just get that beer. The neck pickup that goes up and Ibanez Super 80 misses the cover. There you go. This week's a Hofner ride picked a 1977 Marshall bass amp, and there's a Westbury in the post. In fact, that was nearly what I brought out. It was nearly my reason for not having a Westbury. Even though it's not really that similar a guitar. Well, it is. I've got a Aria PE 800, I think it is, which is, well, it's made at the same time as the Westbury with the same people in the same factory, and they use the same coloured paint, so it kind of looks almost identical, but it's a bit more going in the Les... Is it going in the Les Pauli direction? It's a bit more contoured. But yeah. Also, I've never seen a Westbury cheap. Or I've never seen it at the point where, you know, it's 50 quid or something where it's like, obviously I'm going to buy it. We're going back now. Obviously now I would pay, if I saw one, it would be an awful lot more than that. But I didn't really know them. It was just like pure, 10 years ago, back in the days of, I was kind of YouTubing, I suppose. You see the IC auction this week, 12.1 for Dave Gilmour's Strat. 6.9. I suppose people just think it's worth more money. I don't know. You'd have to be a massive Pink Floyd fan. I don't know. I can't imagine. I suppose it's, I don't know. Nursing a crushed finger. Slowly, now it's time to learn slide. Because not all your fingers can be crushed. One of them must be alright. In fact, I wonder if I could actually play slide now. Oh, have I just seen vision into my next getting old step? It's like in the jazz chorus sound, playing on clean, using single coils all the time, playing wanky jazzy stuff or just lots of notes. Next, playing it with a slide. Oh, maybe that I've been raising up the action from to above 1mm rather than below 1mm. Really skinny frets on this as well, which is not what you would expect. But it is a total 1986 country player super guitar. Oh, you want a Bev? You mean? Cheers. Where's Kit Kat's enemy? Big arsehole. Banjos with catching the strings. I mean, the struggle is real. That's kind of almost. That's almost like a T-shirt. You could have a T-shirt with that on it. That'd be pretty cool. It's got that thing about just going like my banjos was catching the strings, but I still did the gig. Still did it. Ah. So I'm not be selling this guitar then. I was thinking about it. Well, I was actually thinking of before rather than selling it, I was thinking of stealing that pickup for something. What was it? I was saying, I could put that in the Ibanez RG. But you've got an expensive, well, not really expensive, but an original 70s DiMarzio pickup. Not a DiMarzio Super Distortion, not just when you just got a DiMarzio, that was it, and you didn't get a neck and a bridge when you just got the one. You could buy two of the same and put them in your guitar. One of them, and what you really wanted to have is just a volume control and a choice for having the two coils in a hardtail, wide-necked, Les Paul necked Telecaster. Oh. Hey, Kenneth! And Mr. Swike said, "You've got no chance, man." Someone's come back, it's like, "What did you do with my original Maxon pickups?" And it's like, "Oh, no, I upgraded it with Warmans. They're in your fucking Roadster." The banjos catch yourself put Oasis. That's disgusting. I don't know. That sounds like that sounds like another T-shirt where it's like you come to the Mad Malco whenever we actually do some sort of anniversary celebration piss up, and it's like the banjos was catch yourself after I fucking attacked you for playing Oasis, but you can still play Oasis. But away, anything except the A20, yeah. The coffee table era. I'm thinking about the coffee table era. I've actually started looking out at thinking about the coffee table era. That's what I was looking at, actually, one of the reasons I was looking for the Aria PE. Because it is... The thing is, it's so beat up, it's like relic coffee table. It was really... I got it really cheap because it was really... So I think someone had tried to, like, not use an angle grinder, but some sort of rotary sander thing on it or something like that. So it was fucking horrible, and I put so much T-Cat on it and made it shiny. But it's so dented and stuff, it looks mental. So, absolutely battered coffee table. Wait till it's all open. Alright, okay. Is that what happens when you don't learn the chords from the books? If you actually work them out, so you realise that actually it is just G and C, as opposed to having to have the... What I was actually looking for was my Yamaha SC400, which I haven't... It wasn't that long ago I had it out, before I moved, but I've definitely got more jazzy playing now. single coil clean stuff, and it's got 3 single coils and they're coil tappable. Ho! Hey, Scott from Baltimore. So once I've had a wee bit more bucky, I'll do what this guitar's actually meant to do, because it does have a DiMarzio and it's from 1986. Oh, that sounded loud. I always thought Sony, as a one, was never really that much a Guns N' Roses fan, but for teaching the guitar and for learning the guitar, I thought they were almost perfect. The only thing the one niggle, which is quite a big one, is the tuning to E flat thing. See if they'd just done it in standard tuning. It's just like, there's so much, like, you're talking about, like, a lot of these songs have got a guy playing rhythm guitar and it's kind of like a strummed Telecaster, and it's just the ultimate best AC/DC type rhythm guitar part, and the lead's very separate. It's got riffs and it's structured dead stonesy and bluesy. It's really good for getting it, for being able to use slightly different, learning different techniques to play simple things that are reusable and everything else. Whereas Oasis, you have to learn a sequence of notes, and then when you do another song, you just learn another sequence of notes. There's no rock and roll in it. Whereas, like, I can play, 4 Guns N' Roses songs. It's like, all right, cool. Let's try this Stone song, and you're going to be able to play it pretty easily. It's also all the chords and they've all ones you've used in your Guns N' Roses songs. It's like, yeah, but obviously not tuned to E flat. But just laughing. Oh. All open cards ripping off the real people on every 70s glam rock song, kind of millionaire. Music for people who don't like music. But there must have been people who heard good music from just thinking it was cool to like Oasis, and then they went to see Oasis and have you heard the Beatles? And then the Stones, which you obviously got there, or maybe even just people playing the guitar for that reason. This wouldn't have been a very popular guitar in the Oasis era. It's like Noel Gallagher wouldn't play that. Maybe is that the guitars I like best? Guitars that Noel Gallagher wouldn't want to play. Yeah, here we go. There's the phone in for the week, or for right now. What guitars? What are your favourite guitars that you definitely Noel Gallagher wouldn't play? And there's obvious ones. Noel Gallagher's not going to play this. So basically, is it boring enough for Noel Gallagher to play? Then, are any of my guitars boring enough for Noel Gallagher to play? He wouldn't play Phil. Well, maybe he would play Phil. The thing is, Phil would be really good at Oasis. Izzy played rhythm guitar. The guy was a genius and paired up with Slash. Yeah, totally. No, but it's just like all these things where it was... You know what I mean? Yes! Apart from the fucking stupid tune your guitar to E flat, which probably doesn't make that much difference nowadays if you've got like an automatic, like a digital tuner. I would sneeze. Your guitar is not expensive enough. Maybe not, but maybe. I don't think I'd probably not really that song, but doesn't really give a fuck. I wouldn't have thought it doesn't. I mean, I saw Oasis. I went to see them in the first time round. What was it? Not the good album. The one that nobody liked that much when they had the new band. Was it the third album? They played at Murrayfield, and I've been to some football matches, but this was more of a football match than anything I've ever been to. There was folk fighting and all that and shouting, big crowds, kind of. Not like sort of like a wee bit like a mosh pit, apart from going back and forwards, and then folk were coming out bleeding. You're like, not really like a mosh pit. You know what I mean? You never see folk coming out bleeding, and you see folk coming out pissing themselves, laughing and out of breath. You know what I mean? Oasis had cool bowl cuts like the Beatles. They did have Beatles haircuts. Yeah, I'll give it that. Yeah, totally. Hey Ben, I saw the 96 Loch Lomond. They were shit. Well, I think they got. It was a crowd. I think were more shit than what. Maybe I just dislike. Well, I mean, now Oasis aren't as super cool now, so maybe Neds don't like them as much. Because I know a bit. But so I must have been, it must have been after 96. I'm not sure when it would have been. 2000? When did I see the Stones at Murrayfield? I don't know. Whatever it was the tour. The one with the Rolls Royce and swimming pool. The third album. So I'm at Loch Lomond. We actually went there to see them. We went to see REM, which was maybe the year after it, or maybe the year after it, or a couple of years after it, whatever. It was REM and lots of other bands, which I don't really remember. And we ended up sitting outside, just at the gates where you could kind of, before we were in, we had tickets, but we sat outside because rather than go in and we're like, we could just sit here. You can kind of see the crowd, and then you got hundreds of folk walking about and just enjoy sitting on the side of Loch Lomond. This is great. There was a wee shop 500 yards back there that sold Bucky and stuff, so we went and got Bucky and just basically sat and drank and ate packets of crisps and stuff rather than spending money in the place. You could sort of see the stage, hear the music, and then when it got to the end, we went in to see REM, who were the headliners, and they were awful, and we were all pure, that kind of thing, because we got a little bit carried away at lunchtime. So by the time it got to sort of 5, 6 o'clock, we were pure, and then by 9 o'clock, it's like, oh, we're going to go and see REM, and it's like, yeah, let's go, da, 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 and then they start, and it's just, yeah. Oh, happy Mother's Day, everyone, yes, totally. Oh, so I need to go through all the guitars that I've not seen for ages that are really good, that have got any sort of single coiliness to them, that can raise the action so that they play like this, and then play them into the clean amp and have it recorded properly. So guess what your next 6 months of videos is going to be. Oh, that's heavy duty, Sloaney. Come on. Some summers were always good. Wow. I'm looking forward to this summer. That's quadrophenia, isn't it? Hey, hello, Claudia 282. Guitar, Fender or Gibson? Fender. I'd go Fender. But good question. It's like, yeah, one of the two. You're gonna go Fender or Gibson? It's like, Telly's best guitar. Oh, that's too deep FX. I have no idea. I don't know what I'm doing in 3 weeks. Guitar Fender. This is a West tone. 1986. Japanese. But like so many guitars, it's somewhere between, because it's got the Fender outline, but it's like Gibson pickup and Gibson neck. So, as I was thinking about this week with doing a coffee table guitars thing, I've got like a coffee table trump card sitting there. What's the most coffee table original series coffee table guitars that people have that think, like, yeah, I was talking to Sloane about this in a message, and it was like, it needs to be discussed and decided because no one's ever done it. Fender, I thought, no, it's like I was given the choice of Fender or Gibson, and it's like, I've got my Fender Photo Flame through there, made in Fujigen, like, see, no Gibsons like that. I don't know, how could you lay it down? It's like, is that the original pickup in the Westo? No, this is a 70s DiMarzio Super Distortion. I think I did actually get the original pickup with this, but, so I think I had the pickup, the neck and the body, and literally nothing else. So I did actually buy a Matsumoku Westone neck plate on it. The guy said he was sure it said Matsumoku on the neck plate, but he couldn't find the neck plate. And then I was up here, I'll just put any old neck plate on it, and I looked it up on eBay, and it was like 35 quid. And it was like, £35 for a neck plate? No, I'm not doing that. Yeah. No, there's no way I'm doing that. And then because I'd done that, I got an email saying, you like this? You might like this. And it was someone else selling one, and it was like $350, and it's like, $350? Yeah, I can do that. But the back's been sanded off. The serial number on this would have been on the back of the headstock, and it's been sanded off. But they only made them in 1986, and they only made in Japan. It's a Clipper 6. It should have a Clipper, like VI, on the truss rods, but I didn't get that. And the bridge is just a Temu, but I didn't get that. Hey, Jez! Been retired already. Cheers, Jez. Yes, I will be buying Elixir strings, because these Elixirs are more than 10 years old, and I managed to make them work acceptably enough to enjoy this guitar, so I will spend £20 on strings. Thank you very much. Cheers. Oh. Fender Electric, Gibson Martin Acoustic. Well, maybe, yeah, okay, aye. But this is a two-part choice. I was just assuming there was only one choice, Fender or Gibson. It's like, no, all right, have no guitar then. No. So it should really be Fender, Gibson, or just not bother playing the guitar. Fuck it, that's where it comes down to Harley Benton or no guitar. And it's like, well, I'm not allowed to have a guitar. No, the only guitar you're allowed to have is a Harley Benton. Well, I'll have the Harley Benton then. Yep. Aria Thor series, yes, but not my Aria Thor series. That was one of the ones I was thinking about. My Aria Thor series being the very, very, very bottom of the Aria Thor series, where one of the things they decided it cost money was painting it, so they kind of didn't. It's a bit sort of like floorboardy. So, well, again, a bit. I would go in almost the same category as the Aria PE I've got, but the Aria PE is more due to wear and damage, that it looks battered and old, whereas this is just, they never really painted it, so it kind of looks that you sort of made it yourself. A wee bit, but amazing guitar. I wonder if I've still got the pickups from that. Oh. But the higher up Aria Thor sound. There's also, have you seen the Tri sound? Actually, one of the first Arias I remember seeing, apart from I remember having the ZZB bass, but when I was doing the house manoeuvres, we moved a guy from a house to a house, or we were picking something up, and kind of down at the Clyde side, if you go past the SECC and flats in there, and he had this guitar, and it was like, I think there was like a Fender, a Gibson, like a few of them, and I was just like, oh my god, and it was an Aria, and the pickups, I remember having like Aria Pro 2 and raised letters on them, and it was, I think it was a Tri sound or something like that. It was just, and it was neck through, and it was like, I was like, fucking hell, what's that? Is that, I know something. And we're talking for 2 minutes. He's like, I've got a Mexican Fender. What the fuck is that? Just looking at it, knew it was amazing. I don't know if I have a shot, but that's one of the first times I remember seeing those type of guitars. Oh. Did you see the Fender coat really? Yeah, I mean, I've not really looked into it, but I mean, I think that's it says that Strat thing, but to be honest, I dismissed it quite quickly. The whole thinking it was like basically it was against a Chinese factory, like a wee Chinese company, making very obviously Strat shaped ones. They weren't like Chenders, you know what I mean? They didn't say Fender on them, but it was like basically, it was just the same headstock and all that, and it was a Strat. And it was on the website, it just looked exactly like a Strat in every way. You know, it's just basically a Chender, a copy that didn't have Fender written on it, sort of thing. It had whatever make it was. And so they decided to sue them for some it was some German thing. They sued them, and they just never bothered turning up, and then that was it. So they didn't really win anything. The wee company just went, oh, fuck Fender. So I mean, I don't think that necessarily means that everybody, because you sit there going, like, you know, what if it is it the Ibanez or the PRS Silver Sky? You're going to go, hold on. Do you know what I mean? Hold on. So I don't know. But they've got it's the Telly and the P-Bass as well. So that's the three of them. And it's like, well, for example, would you still be allowed to make this being a Telecaster? Because, I mean, that's why Status Quo chose it. When they were chosen in the thing picture for this, they were obviously right into their Westtones, and you think you see in the catalogue, you can see pictures of them looking at the other ones. You know, it's like the Spectrum series because it's 1986, and maybe the Pantera. That type of guitars, you can see them kind of looking at them, and it shows you the picture in the front, and they've all chosen the one that kind of looks like a Telecaster rather than one that looks like a Formula One car. Ugh. I've got Harley Benton baritone guitars. That's really good value. I mean, yeah, fair. Yeah, totally. I mean, it's also always a bit tongue in cheek, isn't it? I don't actually hate people. I wouldn't actually kill those spandex bastards on the roads. You know, it's like, but yeah, it does. I mean, to be honest, I get that. But you're talking about, see something like a Fender 6 or a baritone guitar, what are your other options? Because, I mean, even when I started playing, you go back 10, 15 years, I was looking at, I'd love a baritone guitar, but I didn't have any option to buy one. You could buy a Fender, or I bought a Fender, you could buy a Fender 6, like a 60s or 70s one, that was it. You didn't even get the Squire option, so I made a Fender 6 because I wanted to play one. And it's like now, if Harley Benton had been kicking about, well, right, it's easier. Okay, I made one out of a short scale bass, you know, filling holes, putting extra tuners and bridges and shit on it. It's far less effort to buy a Harley Benton baritone one and then just set it up properly. You know, there was much more work in buying an EBO and then moving everything about than there is actually just taking the Harley Benton to bits and putting it back together properly, basically properly building it. Asking Fender Gibsons if they support Rangers or Celtic. It's safe to say you're a Partick Thistle fan and get some peace. Well, to be honest, I was thinking this. I don't know if you've been watching in fact, I don't even think I've put them out yet. I got new cool tyres for my bike. I think that's another thing, I'm getting old. I was quite chuffed with... I remember the bike actually, I kind of missed it. It was called a Rally Bomber. And after I stopped, I used to have a grifter and the mountain bikes came out and all that. And I remember one year after I'd stopped going up to the chalet because I was going out drinking with my mum and dad at the weekend, other way around. They got it from a charity shop, and it was basically like a grifter, apart from it had yellow tyres, but it was like mountain bike sized. It was like before you could get mountain bikes, you basically got a Rally Bomber, which basically was a mountain bike, but I think it had the twist gear, or maybe I don't know how, but it had gears and shit, and it was just cool. I always wanted that, and it had yellow wheels. And then when I was thinking I need to get tyres for my bike, I wanted yellow ones, and you couldn't get them, but you could get green, red, or blue. And I decided that the green ones were the brightest, looked cool. But if it's green or blue, then Rangers or Celtic kids might slash them. So I bought red ones for their reasons. So that's your Partick Thistle thing. Guaranteed they both hate you, but not that much. Not as much as the other teams up here. Yeah, is it Rangers or Celtic? Well, Partick Thistle, well, still hate you, but not as much as Celtic. Or Rangers. No shortage of Strat copies now in the future. I don't think so. What'd you do? Just take the scratch plate off? Does it really matter? I was looking at the tri-sound. Some amount of sonic possibilities with the micro switches on it. Prefer the Fender style headstock, 6 in a line rather than the 3-a-side headstock. Yes, I think, as far as I can tell, they might even both run at the same time. The Thor sound and the Tri sound, they might both be like model numbers TS, but the Thor sound have a 3-a-side headstock. Correct me if you know better. I'm not sure. And the Tri sound, it's like a 70s Fender, but dark with it. Look fucking amazing. I don't know if you get the cheaper models of Tri sound. Whereas I've got the Thor sound, and I think there's the TS 300, which is the sort of normal bottom of the range, not the super budget one I've got. The neck of that guitar is really dark, kind of like Oreo Cuckoo. It'd be kind of cool paint. Well, on this guitar, I actually always thought it was a bit manky looking and sort of fusty and mouldy. It's cleaned up awful well though, without really any effort. I remember Bombers were the first mountain bike. Yeah, well, it pretty much was, but I think it was kind of like a grifter though, eh? Did it not have similar handlebars? I don't think the handlebars were flat. I think they kind of came up. I only had a shot, and I remember the seat. It was like a rally burner, where they blue and yellow wheels and yellow, like spongy things with poppets on them that said rally on them that went on the bits of the frame so you didn't fall on them. Yeah, I want one of them. I was actually looking when I was in Mountain Camps. I was thinking of buying a bike, and I was thinking of getting a grifter or something stupid. I mean, but it just boils down to fuck it. I mean, the bike I've got is super vintage. I reckon. Cheers, Alex, but I mean, I reckon that bike must be 25, 30 years old, something like that. Let's get like click, but I mean, it works. Fuck it, it's great. Yeah, so it can't be a shit one. Red tyres, that's okay. It's Aberdeen colours. Nobody likes them. Well, that's it. But they don't hate them as much as whether you get something's just throwing a Sultan's swing. Mag burner with the yellow wheels. Yes. I have to admit, I did kind of watch a YouTube thing on like cool bikes from the 80s. I am just totally date me this way. I am post burners, post choppers. I remember them, but I don't remember anyone I knew having them, buying a new bike and getting a chopper. The only ones I knew were choppers. None of my pals, but I knew maybe somebody's older brother had one, kind of thing. For me, I remember burners, and it was grifters were the thing. Everyone had you had to have a rally grifter, which is, I suppose, a sort of really, really fucking heavy BMX with 3 gears and like mud guards and really, really heavy and like a big cushion seat. Cool, man. Everything was made of rust in the 70s. There's probably a bit of truth in that as well. Yeah. Just throw a Sultan's a swing. I could sort of play that back in the days when I was learning things before I realised that you could just link everything together, so I'm kind of winging it. I just get good. I reckon I could get that. And get tyre paint. Wow. I remember my pal got white tyre paint. It was my pal Glennie. He was like we used to call him a boy racer, but he wasn't really. His car was always cool as fuck. And he did mods that were like totally free, cheap. I remember him having was it a Ford Escort he had? And he had like in the middle of the wheel trims, obviously you could buy alloys and stuff, but that cost money. Whereas just to have the car touch up paint and paint the wee Ford badge that was in the middle of the wheel, which was just like grey plastic with a sort of imprint, he painted that red, and I was like, up here, you know, Glennie, that's cool as fuck. And he did shit like that, and I've lost what I was going to talk about there. You were talking about white paint, yes. He got white paint and then painted on where it said, like, Michelin on his tyres. It was up there. Yeah, that looks cool as fuck, well done. I mean, even though I'm not I never was a boy racer, that sort of stuff is like, yeah. To be honest, I copied him and I did the same on my Ford Orion. I painted the middle of the... Was that I'm sure I had alloys. Maybe it was a previous car. A purple Mark 1 chopper. Someone stole it. Someone stole it. I remember choppers kicking about, but never had one. Yeah, I think also. Yeah. Oh. The go is when you could mod your 50 car. I always remember my pal Glennie. I mean, hey Glennie, if you ever drop in if you ever come past. His first car was a Skoda, and it's like that was something that, you know, how'd you double the price of a Skoda? You put petrol in it, all that shit. It's like Skodas and ladders were pure super cheap, but this thing he had, everyone called it the dragster because it totally looked like it was rear-engined. And I don't know if it was a fucking mental car. I remember sitting at this. I don't know if I could drive at the time. I don't know if I ever had a shot driving on it, but where the wheel arch was, the pedals were kind of in the middle of the car when we were driving, when it was a thingy. And he got it from, his dad had got it from the scrappy for 50 quid, literally, and it needed a 50 pence ball bearing that went in the bottom of the gear shifter, and it got an MOT straight up with that. He paid £50 and 50 pence for his first car. And it was cool as fuck. I wonder what happened to them. Hey Kit Kats, how's it going? Pantera Walk, I don't know. Probably is that one that goes dun 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 dun. Maybe maybe. This is I forgot. Now you told. I've never played it before. Yeah, to be honest, I don't really know how that song goes, but I recognise that's the one rock riff in it. I didn't know that was Pantera until we were walking past when Pantera was Zach Wild was on it at Download, even though we never really saw him. I was like, oh, there's that riff, I recognise that riff. That was Pantera then? That was when I found out a couple of years ago, yeah. I did a bit of research about SG. Chushin, no sitting on a Matsumoka. Well, there you go. Chushin did take Washburn over. So anything after Yamaki, they went to Chushin. Also Vantage, also my Vox. Also, I could probably have told you that was a Chushin if you hidden up the badge and actually given it to me to play. I could probably have told you because I know other ones, and it's the same with the Matsumoku. I can kind of tell. I've even got reference for like the 86 when Matsumoku's a bit different. This is the same as my Fernandez P-Bass. It's the same, and it's like, yep. Aye, so I would probably have known that. We were warned about Kiss in the 70s. Nights in Satan's Service. Well, there you go. Well, Chris Black Sabbath. My Mad Dog stands staring at my fingers when I'm playing the acoustic. Oh, good. I think maybe you stop drinking Mad Dog if it's like, it's looking at you, know what I mean? It's like, my Bucky. Yeah. I was never the Bucky fiend I used to be. It was always either Friday or Saturday night. Every weekend I would get a bottle of Bucky and I would get a bottle of Mad Dog, MD 2020, and it was normally the lime one I liked best, the kiwi lime. But occasionally you had to buy the pink grapefruit was the second best. The orange was pretty sickly, but still sort of drinkable. The strawberry one was a tough fight, and if you ever got hold of the original grape, it was fucking horrible. It was like basically it was just Mad Dog without any flavour in it to kill the burn. Yeah. Oh. A Skoda Rapide Fastback. I'm not sure what it was. In memory, it might have had a. Did it have a vinyl roof, or something vaguely like that? Maybe big vents on the back because the engine was there, like a Porsche or something. I don't know. I just meant I wasn't really into. I mean, they were talking about he must have been older than me. This is before I could drive because I never had a shot of it. I do remember push starting it though, and everyone calling it the dragster, and him be like, I was like, well, slagging me off, and it's like, we're not actually saying it's cool as fuck. It totally looks like a dragster. It looks like a fucking 70s, totally cool as fuck car. Okay, Mini's XR2's got all the fancy bits on it and goes faster, but yours looks cooler. Fuck's sake. Guy worked with was a wee boy racer. They called him 2 Litre Peter. I quite like it. So I'm totally stealing that, Alex, for a different reason for Peter down at Download, because he just pisses 2 litres probably, so I'll just call him 2 Litre Peter. I'll just mention that and then he'll get powered the whole Download weekend, so cheers. But yeah, 2-seater Peter is even better. Yes, yeah, totally. Would there be an option for something with a heater as well, maybe? An 1883 XR3i for £50 at a pub car park. Is that where we get selling it? I don't know. I think they were all done. Now you put the distortion on that telly as a very John 5 vibe, possibly. But it's like, it's not just that. It's like, I'm using the clean sounds, but it is a DiMarzio Super Distortion, and it's like everything else. Once you say, oh, that's a DiMarzio Super Distortion, right, let's have a look and see what the rest of the guitar is. It's like hardtail, through strung, just straight tuning, and no electrics. So just a it's basically, it's almost like if you built a guitar just to test pickups, this is what you would choose. Telecaster, but just a little bit. Yeah. That's a girl's guitar, Kit Kats. Honestly, I will fucking shred anything you've got with this thing. I've been playing it lightly and jazzy. Which, even with the rat pedal on, can still get some. But engage both coils. Opposite of Pantera, crazy little thing called Loved by Queen. I don't know, I was thinking there, it's like you're talking about, I don't know, because I don't really dislike either of them. I think you want to go for the complete opposite of Oasis is baby metal, because I don't think, this is an open question, it's always open, if anyone does, I'm not going to slag you off or anything, it's just, is there anybody who likes and could listen to Oasis and or baby metal for a whole album? Yeah, you can choose whatever, a whole album each. Is there anyone who could handle that? I don't think it's possible. I think that it's an entirely mutually exclusive thing, mate. Whereas I think Queen and Pantera have probably got some crossover. I was expecting another. It's not Mother's Day. Here, you just celebrate those days when you want, Mr. Whitesnake. I've been working on More Than a Feeling recording for a few months now. A hard way to find out. I mean, to be honest, if you're talking about being authentic, that's how he did it. He didn't work on More Than a Feeling for a couple of days in the week at the studio or a week. No. He was in his home studio for months Try to do it. Yes, I take it you've got a Rockman, or I take it you could just probably just thing me simulate a Rockman pretty easily with any sort of preamp pedal. Slayer, South Heaven. I don't know. The thing is, it's like one of the things that avenues open up when you start liking things. It's when you're playing the guitar and you suddenly work out an extra linking riff that links two things together, or a different style that you suddenly, oh, I've never been able to do that before, and suddenly you've got 100 songs that you've tried to play before that have that bit in it that you always get stuck at, but now you've done it, so you can go back and do that bit or whatever it is. That thing. Yeah, what was my point? I don't know. But I'm enjoying it. But the same thing is like things like listening to baby metal. For me, it was a bit of a gateway drug to get into something. I did always like Cradle of Filth. Do you know what I mean? But sometimes the two, finding things like Pantera a bit too heavy and not got enough melody in them, and even heavier shit like that. Rammstein's, whereas baby metal has the ABBA vocals, which kind of brings you in. But now I'm not repulsed by the double kick drum anymore, so I'll actually like double kick drum. And yeah, aye. So everything changed. Your videos over the last year have changed me over from overdrive to fuzz. I bought a TC Honeypot fuzz. The Digitech Bad Monkey's been taken off my guitar pedalboard. Wow. Did I do the TC Honeypot in my fuzz? I can't remember. I've got one, the TC Rusty fuzz. I've got, I don't know. See, the thing is, like, I was never really. I've got currently on the board there because if my amp's changed, I'm no longer using a wee tube amp that's at as low as it goes. I'm now using the rolling cube, so it's like on jazz chorus sound. So like the tube screamer kind of works differently. It's no longer used as it's just basically an EQ pedal, really. And the Rat is that thing where it's fuzz, but it's also a bit of distortion. Yeah. A bit in the both. I'm not sure about I'm not really sure where the two and the fuzz come over. I mean, obviously, I absolutely love that wee fuzz pedal. I've been putting in all those basses, the wee purple one. It's the same one as my wee Delamo one, which of all the fuzz firsty things I did, was it 50 fuzz pedals that I borrowed off people? At least 30 anyway, whatever it was. No, probably 50. And my favourite one was that Delamo one. It did the most. The other ones were maybe a bit more high, but what I wanted, but Race with the Devil, that kind of sound. Cat's feeling basically we driving the van. Still have the tuck. Impossible to listen to two albums, your drums would explode if you were playing it. I don't know who Brett Mays is. It's like Dunoon, Stevie. Billy Collins has. But you can get a ticket to Dunoon. I genuinely, my pal Mo used to sing that to Ticket to the Moon, obviously the ELO song on that. Fucking awesome. Oh, I maybe played. When was the last time I played that? I've not even listened to that, so I move here. When I try to touch, makes it all too clear. Touching me the best of the days, but never days. I was cold, sincerely, naturally. That's an amazing album. What's your most expensive guitar? So if this question has been asked before, my most expensive guitar is my Schecter P-Bass. I paid, if I'm paying 40, yeah, £439. Most expensive guitar I've ever bought. Next most expensive, $350 for Gibson SG, red, Ferrari red. Third most expensive, Schecter 1986 Telecaster. And then I've got a wee rule about how much I want to spend on a guitar after that. But the answer is no. I've not. That's how much I've spent on them. I don't know. I don't know what the most expensive one is. I've got a couple of one-off things. Don't know. But not my. What's my favourite one's a better question. This, I'm really enjoying playing this tonight. It's like, it's probably psychological, but it's only got one pickup, right? That's a bit shit. But so you've basically, I'm sitting here, and if you want to do the single coil wanky jazz chorus thing, which, let's be honest, is what I want to do right now. So that's the only sound you've got? No, there's the other pickup instead, which isn't massively different, but it is different. So I've got two single coil sounds and a volume control. Also, the volume control, I think, is either the wrong volume or a wrong value, or it's broken. Because if you turn the volume down a wee bit, it sounds like you've turned the tone down, and there isn't a tone. Full volume. And then overdrive. Slowly never backed down. I don't know, Kit Kats, I'm sorry, but I mean, there is no way I'd bet on you in a punch up against Sloaney. I've seen her. Terrifying. You're dead. I still got a I still do have my FGN telly. My pal Ronnie just sold it. I take it wasn't you that bought it, his one. I saw it. I can't remember what guitar it was I was looking for. I was going to do a coffee table thing. I was looking for the Yamaha SC400, and I found, my pal Dava actually set up here. There's a Casio MG510 with, per se, it was on eBay cheap, and I think it had gone up to over 300 quid by now, but it didn't work. And I was up here, so I went to try and find the Casio MG510. I did, and the B string doesn't work. I've got that's why, remember there's a synthesizer set up here, the ZTZ1, it's there, it's midied up, it's plugged into the second channel on the Roland Cube. It's like, fuck your interface, I can stick it in there, but I can just use the Cube as a monitor because it's got it's got a mic input channel and it's got its own foot switch for, amazing, yeah. But unfortunately, everything works absolutely amazing apart from the B string. So I decided I'll need to have a wee look and maybe work out what to do. I think there's a capacitor gone in it or something. I don't know. Oh. I started falling in love with the Gibson acoustic. I feel guilty as fuck for preferring it to the D28. But the thing is, it doesn't matter. Sometimes it is. I mean, I fully understand the thought of, I've got two guitars here. I've got like I paid £200 for this, and I've got £1,000 American Telecaster. The £1,000 American Telecaster is not 5 times as good as this. So, and also you don't want to take the Fender because it's worth money. Whereas this you can take to the gig. This you can do something. You can put a different pickup in it, mess about with it. And it gives you a freedom. Plus, also, there is an element. I've always had this where you give me a guitar that's maybe only 3 of the strings work or something, and the expectation is not that you're good on the guitar, it's been able to play it on that. So that's where there is an element of, here's a guitar I got for 20 quid, bang, you know what I mean? Oh, that's recognisably you're doing that and it's sounding pretty good, is very different from, here's a guitar that cost $2,000 that I got brand new, and then you play it, then you're going like that, pure, you're maybe missing out some of the notes, and maybe it's not exactly like the way Mark Knopfler played it. Whereas if you're playing it on a guitar you found in the bin, you know what I mean? The aim for doing something. It's all about having control of your knobs. Yeah, definitely. All guitars combined is some as astronomical. Well, I mean, the answer is yes. I very clearly could have the Noel Gallagher guitar collection. I could have a Gibson 335, a Gibson Les Paul, a Fender Stratocaster, all American ones. I could have one of them each instead of the guitars I've got. But obviously, they would all have to be in a payment scheme over 15 years. But even then, my payment scheme did exist in an awful lot of buying 2 or 3 guitars, all knackered, fixing 3 guitars, selling 1 guitar, breaking even on that, selling second guitar, getting some money for that, third guitar, which was the one I actually wanted, getting something like this for free, kind of thing. But yeah. What recon causing that change to a bit of tone with the volume turned down slightly, Ghost of the Machine? I'm not really sure. I mean, it's not the original volume control, whatever it is, because it definitely didn't have electrics in this guitar. So it's just... Well, the thing is, what is this guitar? Does it do the same thing with the... So obviously, in the rule book, not everyone's rule book, but my rule book is he's a B pot. So it's a humbucker, so you need a B500. If it was a single coil, you need a B250. So do I have B500 on it on single coils, which is why it sounds like that, but it does sound quite good though. What I'm going to wonder is, does it do that in humbucker mode? So here we're in the... And then turn it down to 9. Right, what happens if we do it in distortion? Or the pot just could be knackered. Don't know. Oh. It's safe to Chris finger in a stomach ulcer that's driving me to hell. I think that probably just makes you more angry and more likely to scratch his fucking eyeballs out, Sloaney. You go, Sloaney. You know what I mean? You can have all the other guitars. I'll take his fucking fancy SG, because I don't actually have a Japanese lawsuit edition SG. The only expensive. At least you're playing the A20. It's like, look, I mean, that was me just taking the tuner off the headstock. I mean, there's a trump card. I mean, look at that thing. Does it get played? No. Oops. So you're playing A20. You're a better man than I. The one I played most of all of the stage series was the A5 I got off my pal James. It's got the V-neck. It's got humbuckers in it and a Telecaster type control plate with a push-pull pots in it. And it's a bolt-on neck. And that one, it's a maple neck as well, is just special. That's my favourite of the stage, apart from the string bass. Obviously, it's got fucking 8 strings. But yeah. Oh. I like your whistle. It looks like a hybrid with 2 guitars making one, kind of Charvel hammer with squinty pickup. It's a strange one. Hey, Raging Kane. Bucky's in the house, totally. A number 29, number 19, I think it was. What's a girl's guitar? This, I'll have you know, made it onto top of the pops. E's are good. E's are good. Ebony's are good. It's a black one of these. I didn't know that till years after I bought this, but yeah, totally. This is the one that... there is somebody playing the guitar in the video. I do remember seeing E's are good, E's are good, and Ebony's are good, and they were on top of the pops, and it was on in the wee... My mum, when I got a black and white telly for my bedroom when I was a kid, That was the old TV from the kitchen. My mum got a wee 10-inch colour TV, and I remember seeing it up on the wall in the kitchen, and it was Top of the Pops, and I was going swimming, I think, or something wholesome. I wasn't going out drinking or anything like that. And it was Ebenezer Good by the Shaman, and there was two dancers on Top of the Pops miming, and they were wearing my wetsuit, like a typhoon wetsuit. And it was like pure sitting there going up here. Oh, it's like, but it was just that's like they're wearing my wetsuit on Top of the Pops. They must be roasting. But apparently there was this guitar, but I didn't play the guitar then. I don't know who they did the first single squinty guitar. Obviously this is 1986, so it's after that, but I don't know. I mean, is there an advantage to it? I do think it's quite a lot of fun having, where's the best, if you had a single coil pickup, where's the best place to put it? So that's the more necky one. This is the whole thing about, see, my coil choice switch, which I sometimes put in Les Pauls, where it turns it to the inside coils or the outside coils. Okay, you're arguing it's that pickup. It doesn't really make that much difference whether you cancel out this coil or cancel out this coil. Well, on a guitar that's only got a volume control and no tremolo and nothing else to fanny about with, yeah, that is an option. That is different from... It's different. That one sounds treblier. That Falconer's a cracker, yeah, the Beretta as well. So don't play my Epi/LP at all. Took me a long time to find one, right? Don't be honest. There's an element of that as well. I could never play some of the guitars I've got. I mean, even looking at the one behind me there, the RG530 again, they're intimidating now because I'm a overconfident dick on the guitar. I can play these things, but I couldn't play the Washburn Falcon. It was too high up the range for me. You know what I mean? Again, that's why I could play the 8-string bass, because no one expects you to be able to do it, so it's not like there's a reference point. My most expensive guitars are Japanese EVH Wolfgang, one of the first 250, but oh well, okay. The value in whatever anyone's prepared to pay for it, yes. Totally, get it. Yeah, that's exactly what people are willing to pay for it. But that's different when it's got like a, I don't know, I don't know. Still, you're talking about value, and there's that sort of thing. If you can find a guitar that's cheap enough. AVIC 26, it's a Westtone Clipper 6. 1986. 1987, 1986, I can't remember. Whenever it was, the 1 year they made them for. Might be 1987. I think the last guitars Matsumoto made before the fire was this and the Westtone Pantera. I remember when These Are Good was in the charts, I was played 3 times at the school dance before the teachers' clock were singing These Are Good. I didn't know that till many years later. I remember seeing it when I used to go into the barras and buy knockoff computer games. As soon as you got along the Tron gate, kind of at McDonald's would be folks selling copy tapes, cassettes, and you could buy like Pink Floyd Wish You Were Here. I seem to remember buying Pink Floyd Wish You Were Here on a cassette. And I think it was possibly £4 each or 2 for a £5 kind of thing. And I always remember that Shaman big bass drum being one of the tapes you could buy, copy tapes off guys just standing in the street. And it's good when you get to keep your guitar. Yeah, totally. It's not worth it. It's not worth selling this one. Like its inverses signal, the pickup gets a partial wave from degraded. Sounds good, might be to take that volume feature and make more money to buy more guitars and petrol. Clipper, CLI, 6. But it's like a VI, like Rocky Roman numerals. But it's just amazing having 2. It's almost like having, like on the sounds I'm loving on the Corker, the middle 2, which is like up and down, which is inner coils and outer coils, both pickups on, are the 2 favourite sounds in that. And in a Strat, my favourite 2 sounds are kind of position 2 and position 4. And I've got 2 different sounds. They're not that different, but just having something to switch to makes you use it. It's the same thing as like having that, maybe if when you get down to the proper rock guitar, I need to get the Schockenberg back on the scene. basically, did I have this before the Shocking Bird? I remember deciding I want a single pickup guitar. They're cool as fuck. I want one. And I built the Shocking Bird as a single pickup guitar. I started building it because I couldn't find a single pickup guitar. And then within a week, I'd bought the Westone Raider and the Yamaha SE150. And then about 3 weeks later, I saw this for 30 quid. So within a month, from not being able to find a single pickup guitar I wanted, I had 4. I sold the Yamaha 6 months later. But yeah, they are cool. But the Shocking Bird's only got the one single coil and just a volume, so it's like, oh, amazing. '70s Maze SG for Phil, not with the Seymour Duncans, you don't. Obviously, unfortunately, Kit Kats, you've just flung away your trump card there, because if your '70s SG was playing the way my Arbiter Flying V is playing, you wouldn't be swapping it for Phil or the Tempest. So, you need to fix that baby up. The ads are. There's an option of putting the ads on or off. I don't have any choice in it unless I just turn them off. I mean, basically, Mr. My top super fan, Jess, give me money there. But it's like, I've got to be able to pay for my internet with it. So I'm sorry, but if I did a fucking internet, I need to do it. I need to set up the fucking members thing. Charge everyone £1 a month or something like that, and then I would get more money than I get anyway. It means I wouldn't have to pay for my internet. Only a bit, but if you look in the thumbnail for this live stream, which you've probably not seen, but you'll probably see it repeat. There's a picture of Status Quo, who were sponsored by or endorsed by Westone for probably at least a couple of hours to do the photo shoot, and you can see that in the actual Westone pamphlet I've seen. I think you can find it if you look it up. And they're looking at like basically the Pantera and some of the Spectrums, and then the picture they chose is they're both sitting with the one that looks most like a normal guitar, being this Telecaster. So it is a Status Quo signature guitar, not a tribute, not one made in the fashion of to the style of the one that Slash played in 1986 to look like it, and it's like no, just the same guitar off the same production line, identical at the same time. Yeah. Would sell your sack space. Regular Westwoods up too. I would take something more than 2 crunches stuff, I guess. Gonna drop some Ibanez Super 58s in the crappy Japanese Les Paul copy. Well, do Westone need the action adjusted? This needed the action cranked up because I had it set to 0.75 of a millimetre and the thing still played. It's just that you could finger tap it. You could basically blow on the notes and it would play. Oh, it didn't come with the DiMaggio Super Distortion in it. It didn't come with the DiMaggio Super Distortion in it. No, it had a Westone. It had the original Westone pickup in it. But I did pay £30 for the DiMaggio Super Distortion. So, where did it come from? My BC Rich Wave. I bought this pickup for £20 from a guy at the foot of Stirling Castle. When I was in his house, I said, there's no wire on it. It was only that long, so I took a measure and things like that. Okay, if I just check to make sure it works, the multimeter, did that, and then in the corner I was like, what's that BC Rich over there? Because I'd never seen a Wave before, but as soon as I saw it just out the corner, I was like, that's a real BC Rich. So that's where I got up, and he was talking about the Wave, and I've never seen a Wave before. And a big piece of rusty metal put on the front because someone had tried to put a calorie in it and all sort of bad damage on it and shit. And I was like, pure look at it. But this amazing white through neck Wave. I was like, how much do you want for it? And he's like, what, 150 quid? And I was like, oh, that's not, it's fucked. It didn't have pickups in it. So give you 80. And eventually it came to 110. I was like, 100, is that 110? I was like, is that, no. No 100, 110. Absolute last one. And you'll be fucking phoning me when you get home and giving me 110 coming back. Just take it now, save your petrol. That. I said 100. Drove home. I don't know, it was like 45 minutes later, the guy's like, that. You're coming back for 110 tomorrow, aren't you? I was like, yep. So there you go. That was the story with that. I don't know, you're missing a 70s SG. You'd probably have a lot of fun with the Sunbro triple it. Well, the thing I guess with a wee bit with the SG is, does it work with the bolt-on neck? I do totally appreciate that I'm not a bolt-on neck snob. It doesn't make any difference on a Les Paul, but on an SG, when you shunt the neck in, because it's too thin to get a proper neck join, I don't know if I can do that. I am not sure about this, because obviously this has got a bolt-on neck, so this must not... Does the really BO... It's still joining at the sort of second last fret, though. How have they managed that? How is that joining at the 20? That's not an SG, though. Well, it's the thing is, see, I've said this before, that if I was going to go for a vintage guitar, like a proper one that normal people would want, the one I'd be most likely to go for would be like a 60s SG special with P90s in it, or a P90 in it, just because I think they look cool. So I do understand they're liking something that you necessarily... I mean, I had a shot of one when I was in America. It was a Les Paul. I did a video of it when the owner walked in, even though I wasn't meant to be playing it. It was in Bill's house in Pennsylvania, and we were sitting over there, and I was sitting in the house mowing, and I was like, right, fucking set up my phone, did some videos, and I was sitting there playing this Les Paul, doing a video on it. There's like an SG 1958 or 1961, is it? Playing it, going like, that's a P90. And literally, this was round at Bill's house, because Bill was filling it, was doing some repair work on the back of the neck. And I was fucking sitting playing it, and the fucking owner of it was in there coming going, up here, hey, it's up here. Oh, I see you're playing my guitar. And I was like, oh, fuck, I'm sorry. It's like, oh, I think he was all right about it, though. I think, it's like, it's not it's someone who knows how to deal with these things, but it was a lovely guitar. So that would be the one I would maybe have. Early Quo was great. Some of it was. I like it, but what is it? How early are we talking? I mean, the thing is, it's I want the world to know that's that you're laughing and you're laughing at me. Again. Deeper and down, deeper and down, deeper and down, deeper and down. But it's that. I've always loved that. See that vocal line, the way it kind of comes in with it. And I wanna. I suppose very Chuck Berry, like that. How much was the station school course? It was £30. But I got it bits. They're not worth that much money. I mean, if you can find one, there's maybe what. This one's got some chunks out it, but that doesn't. None of it's structural. But I mean, in original condition. 200 quid, 250 quid, 300 quid, something like that. You're still talking fucking new Harley Benton or second-hand classic vibe, and basically you're buying a Japanese guitar, which would be worth 3 times as much money if it was actually a Telecaster and made in this quality. But there you go. Pete Townsend SG Special. No, Stevie, I'd want the original one from the 60s. But yeah, or this Tony Iommi SG Special. But I wouldn't want a new one. I just want an old one, even if it was a 70s one like that. One I need to. I've got a share of the 74 58 special Les Paul reissue. So it's like actually it's a reissue, but it's from 1974. If that had been an SG, it's a Les Paul special, but still fucking pretty cool. But if it'd been an SG, it would be super cool. Catch you later, Kevin. Yeah, actually, I said it. Phil Campbell. I'm not sure when he was in Motorhead. He might have been in Motorhead when I saw them. What did the T-shirt said? Motorhead 2001. I saw them the second time in 2001, so I probably saw them in 99, 2001, and then a couple of times later on. So was Phil Campbell in the band then? I'm not sure. Cool. Yeah, no, Scott, they're one of those bands that never made it, and they were huge in Britain. Basically, if you like, it's a sort of boogie woogie. One of their biggest hits was you probably rocking all over the world, but nobody here knows that it was a John Fogerty song. Everyone just knows it's a Status Quo. I don't know how you play rock. I don't know how you play it. Here we go, and here we go. Here we go. Walking all over the world. I'm a sucker for vintage reverse Firebirds. I love the Charvel Surfcasters more than Gaito's. But well, that's, I mean, fair enough. You do put Bigsby into, I don't know, yeah. Those guitars are too cool for me. Do you understand? You know what I mean by that? This is not cool. This is totally, it's so uncool, it's cool. You know what I mean? The Charvels, I don't know if I've ever really made that much. There's not really that many guitars that are in. I know what you mean. It's kind of, you're in the offset-y type thing. I don't know if I've really got any guitars that fit into that category, really. I'm sitting there, there's obviously pure obvious ones at some point, but not really. I'm kind of more going from your Telecaster towards the sort of pointy BC Rich, well, going from a Telecaster towards the rock rather than going from a Telecaster towards, not saying the jazz, but do you know what I mean? Aye, bizarre. This one you didn't miss much. I like tits. Yeah, perfect. I'm glad you waited till just when Sony came back for that. Yeah. Bridge pickers. I do miss the bridge pickup hits the tits. Yeah. Catch you later, Scott. The knockoff options are good. I think the only P90 quick guitar is the Epiphone Cornet. Thoughts, please? I find your strings are crap for distortion. Too many harmonics flying around. I prefer old, clean strings for that. Anyone else? Wow, I don't have a choice, really. I do know what you mean. I don't know. It's a bit deep, Jess. But I mean, yeah, I mean... To be honest, I kind of wish I had 3 guitars. And instead of having more than 3 guitars and digging them out to get different sounds, actually doing the research. See, this was one of my 3 guitars, right? I'd be able to tell you what the best strings were because I would change the strings regularly and I would try different things and I would try a different tunings and I would maybe change the pickup and I would, because it's one of my 3 guitars, I would have reference points and I would have a much more, be able to say things like Jess is there, do you find your strings aren't as good for distortion? And it's really, I've got too many guitars to deal with that. If I only had 3 and I spent the same amount of time I had tweaking them and altering them and playing them, I'd be so much more with the more nuanced things. Whereas I'm comparing, I'm playing this and it's like, earlier on I was playing the Washburn Falcon and it's like, they're not similar. Do you know what I mean? It's like, they're just not similar. And the fucking Strat I was playing, they're not similar. Go vintage 70s Epiphone SC4 Skeleton Hardcare's rares 1930 stock. I just searched Matsumoku. It's a U at the end, Matsumoku, but yeah, totally. It's the shark fin on the offset, another hybrid type. Look, I've got a few guitars with the shark fin offset. Do I like them? To be honest, I'm not really that bored about fret markers as long as it's got the things in the top. Because the Epiphone scrolls, I've played one. The Epiphone, there's one for you, Sloaney. You've bought a Westbury. The Epiphone scroll and the Westbury are much more similar than the Westbury, or either of those two are, to my Aria PE800, but they are very, very similar. It's basically, what's the difference? It's like the scroll shaped bit is the difference, but the guitar's actually the same. To be honest, Sloaney, I don't know if they can be picked. Even when I saw them, the reason I don't have one is because I never saw one cheap enough. I never saw one for 250 quid, basically. I never saw one sub 300, otherwise I would have bought it. 15, 20 years ago with my list, over the last 15 years, so maybe, I don't think so. Those old Guns N' Roses songs, good old Guns N' Roses songs. We're talking about old songs that I remember being in the charts, so it's like the old Eagles songs from before I was born, yeah, totally. Nay, Nick now, that's not a real SG then. One in a Million's the first acoustic song, Funds, Many Folk Now. One in a Million, I don't even know what it is. Oh, it's Hey, Victory, I do not know. I don't listen to new music at all. These are all records. You can't see it, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 3, 7. What's 7 times 3.5? And they're all records, and they're not fucking shitty records. They're all good stuff. That I did the same thing with guitars, kind of thing, where I need to go back and listen to them an awful lot. But records sound better. I'm sorry, they just do. Moved into this house, I've got a real hi-fi. Not a super expensive hi-fi. I know Pioneer that my dad bought the year before I was born. Pioneer direct drive record player with a tuner on it. Big Celestion speakers. Basically, that's what I listen to everything on. And fucking, even the difference between listening to YouTube or MP3s on the big hi-fi coming out my computer, the way I do when I'm watching things, and listening to like a soundbar thing, it's twice as good immediately. See, when you put a record on, it's twice as good again through the same hi-fi. So basically, records are fucking king. If you had 25 guitars, that's 25,000 Australian dollars. If you had £25,000 guitars, yeah. But what is £1,000 guitar? This guitar, right? Playing it the way it is just now. Okay, maybe put new strings on it. These strings are maybe 10 years old, right? Here you go. Here's this guitar, right? Here's £1,000, and off you walk round, I don't know, Anderton's or Guitar or whatever, with £1,000, and find a guitar that's better than this. You're not, there isn't, do you know what I mean? So it's like, you can get ones that are different. It's like, well, obviously this is better than this. I need it to play bass, so this P bass is better. Yeah, but no, not actually better. So yeah, they should be worth £1,000, but they're not. These are guitars that are worth our playability and sound-wise and joy-wise worth £1,000. In reality, worth, with the DiMarzio, 250, 300 quid. That kind of thing. Not much more than that. So you're using different tunings of so many guitars. I'm sorry, Pigsby, no. I'm using, I'm in a Black Sabbath band, so anything we play from Master of Reality, the third album, onwards is down tuned to C sharp, so the only time I've ever played anything down tuned ever is when I joined that band and I decided to tune down to C sharp standard on the bass for everything, for sort of half the Sabbath set. That's the only down tuning I have or have ever done, apart from obviously maybe trying it for a couple hours sort of thing, but nothing in any way regular. No. So completely stupid. Obviously, I've got a 5-string bass, so it's tuned differently, and I've got an 8-string bass, which is an octave bass, and a baritone guitar, which is tuned B, but that's because it has to be. No actual tunings. I wish I could. I've seen C around the 500 mark in the last month, but I'm holding out for a SC 550, then a 450. Wow. You might be very well right, Sloaney, to be honest. Maybe that's the price they were at the time, because I was never spending more than buying all the Japanese guitar. I mean, I kind of approached the £300 mark for a few of the more expensive Washburns. But that was the ones that I knew were going to be amazing. I mean, I would... Basically, I was kind of buying, if it was going to be, honestly, if it was Japanese, it was under 50 quid. Like, something like, obviously, you buy it anyway. But there's quite a lot I bought for that Magic between 100 and 100 and something, but you're talking like not even 180, more like 100 to 140 kind of bracket. There seemed to be a Magic zone where, because it was 100 quid, it was worth something, but you know what I mean? So basically, most of my guitars kind of cost that. The body depends on. Oh, that is that kind of SG. Oh, for fuck's sake, no chance. The old Seppas are the best. Actually, that old hi-fi is like, the only reason I'm using it is because I remember it as a kid. It's also my dad's big speakers. I've actually got a better. Is it a Denon, which I think sounds better, but that one just looks cool. It lights up cool blue in the front. It's got the... It's not... I was also... It's got fake wood. It's in a fucking wood case, but it's right at that pinnacle. Mr. Whitesnake's got one similar from the similar era. I think his is the immediate one after. Mine's like a 78 or some 74 to 78 version, and then... But it's fucking cool as fuck. It's actually a wood cover. It's like... Yeah, the side... It's not... chipboard with laminate. It's fucking solid wood. So that's cool as fuck. It doesn't sound particularly. It's got its own sound. It's like pure back in the day when it's like pure. Oh, does it absolutely replicate the way the person? No. It adds hunters a bass and fucking puts it through. That's cool. Oh, someone's giving me hearts. Play Cannon Rock. Don't know it. I get more joy out of a battered £100 guitar at what it costs. But yes, Sloaney, but that comes down to that thing, which I've still not lost, where, like, look at my wee red bass. Remember the video? I was fucking just at the top of that hill that I go over on the bike all the time when I went to Stirling and bought the wee red bass. I think I paid a tenner for it. And it was like, so it was a tenner, for fuck's sake. And it was kind of alright, so I just fucking cleaned it. I didn't even change the strings, and now obviously it's been a wee bit more J-paxed, and I put £30 worth of hardware on it, but it's still fucking cool, and that is joyous. If it had been here's a brand new £1,000 American P bass, yeah, it's obviously better, but it's not as much fun. I wouldn't be able to fucking put it in a backpack. I wouldn't have been playing it on a fucking bench and fix it myself. Columbus at a Strat about birthday money. I love the way you say Barbara. I love the way you've got an electric guitar. I mean, kudos to you, going at old school. Most of us have fucking piles of electric guitars. What kind of guitar do you play? And it's like, well, never really been that way. Amazing though. You still got the first Bucky bass? Wow. Got it, but excuse me, really, was that the first one? Wow. I honestly, I don't know. I've done it. I've actually still got one. I've got a guitar. If you want a guitar with a fuzz pedal on it, some prick fucking met me at a car boot sale. He offers that. Oh, you know who you are? Blah blah blah. He asked me to build him a guitar, and he's like, "Oh, maximum. I'm totally interested in it." It's like, what, 500 quid? And I was like, "Well, I'm not really going to build one that expensive, but I'll do." I did it's fancy, so fucking there's a Squire Strat rat pedal in it and all that shit. And I was like, "Well, I know you said 500 quid, but I mean, 300." For 500 quid, you start looking at it, you go, it's been shittily painted, you can't have that, it's not a £500 guitar. And he was right up to doing it. It's like, it's fucking amazing, sending videos. I totally can't wait, I'll come and see you on Friday after dinner, 6 o'clock, like that, right, here's my address. Never heard from him. Prick. Hey, I'm sorry, I'm people are talking. I'm getting lost. I always pay more because I live here. They make you pay tax and taxes, a-holes. I don't know. My mind is rather hostile this evening. I'm on one. Hi, it says period. Hi. I'll need some new pickups, but did I not do some stupid wiring in it? Just buy warming ones. In fact, don't piss about. Just buy the warming stock pickups. But although in saying that, I like different pickups now. I like vintage pickups, lower ones. Do you have any Moore stuff? I've actually got a Moore drummer pedal, which I was using for that loop I was started at the start, which I'd forgotten about. That. Oh my god, it's slow, isn't it? It's A and G. Oh, I can use the chorus. Oh yeah, I'm all about the waiting. Leaving big gaps between the notes. Probably teak cabinet. It could be, yeah, it's a Pioneer SX434, which is in... Do you remember a film called Jumpin' Jack Flash with Whoopi Goldberg in it? At the start, she's trying to listen to Jumpin' Jack Flash, and something to do with the code is the fact it's in B, but it is that amp, my amp she's got. You've got a finger missing, so that's how you don't tune as well. Fair enough. See, there's something, and not to be laughing at somebody, I've got a finger missing, but you're a finger picker. It's like, oh. But that's the thing, I mean, that'll make you play differently, and it's like, the limits are away, go, man. But again, I get it. I've got too much fanning about with playing different guitars to have time to, you know, like mess about with, you know, amp settings and stuff, whereas if I just had one guitar and several amps and I could get into pedals, I didn't have the room or the capacity to go and buy fucking stupid guitars because of where I live as well. And, you know, I'm in the centre of a very small country, and from, well, here even more so. Basically, I'm 45 minutes to that coast, 45 minutes to that coast, 45 minutes in that direction gets me 3/4 of the population of Scotland within a 45 minute direction, an hour and a half round trip. I can basically get to 3/4 of my country, and even 45 minutes down that way is Kilmarnock. So it's kind of there's a magic zone. So I do have a ridiculous access to this stuff. But if I was a bit more into the pit, I would obviously, instead of spending time buying other guitars and fixing them up, I would just have my guitar set up amazingly and have things like different pedals and different amps and different tunings. Bet this girly comes. Honestly, Kit Kat, these girly pickups could take him Aussie. I wish I could play it. Maybe not. Woman, child of love's creation, come and step inside my dreams. Your sadness, I have all that love in me. Yeah, totally. Again, realising that my super jazzy over the top wanky played is kind of still Sabbath. That's all the jammy bits that are in it, yeah. Very curious. I don't know the cure, so it can't be intentional. More cider. Oh. Zipping my fretting ring fingers chopped up. Damn it. But I mean, well, I take it, can you put, which is the ring finger, is that? Sorry, is that one? I don't know. That's that one, because that's your middle finger. Aye, so, the tip, can you just basically just ram a slide on that and have it permanent, because you can't use it anyway, and that means you just, because I mean, to be honest, I do have the 4 fingers, but I mean, I'm not using them to their full at all. Maybe having 3 would actually make... Autocorrect keeps trying to change Kit Kats to Kit Kathy. Oh dear. Must go. Cheers, Jez. I appreciate all your help. And yes, I am much better. Having a much greater time just now. I'm loving it. Did you ever get anywhere with the double neck? Did you notice I've been using that the last couple of videos? It's fucking amazing. There's a couple of things I changed about it to make it more... Because it worked better, but now I've got an actual proper stereo bass and guitar setup thing. I used an insert lead, ran it into the both of them, and suddenly it all made sense. And what I did was I took the insert lead, went into the tuner that went into the guitar side of the amp, and the bass side, I just put a fuzz pedal that's not connected, one of the Temu ones, to use it as a mute switch. So basically I just put the tuner and the mute switch next to each other, which meant that to change between the necks, I just stomped on the both at the same time. It turned off the bass and turned on the guitar, so it was just like pure. And that's so much a better way than having to fanny about with some sort of switch where you've got to go from the guitar neck and then click. No, use your foot, so just have a double foot switch, like a mute for each one. But cheers. The skin's hard, not too bad. Just some open chords like F, I can imagine, D minor. Right, okay, I know what you mean. So... Something's over well. I actually saw there's a guy, one of the guys, he runs the Day On Facebook group. I think, is it him? He's something to do with it, and he's obviously into the Yamaki thing, so he's occasional thing. He lost the use of his... What exactly happened? He lost a few fingers on his left hand. So basically, he learned to play right-handed, and he's doing gigs and stuff. No, so he learned to play left-handed. So he's got enough to hold a pick, or like for, you know what I mean. But he doesn't have enough to fret. So he's got a finger or two, but he managed to just learned to play up. He's now into left-handed guitar, still playing the Day-Ons, and I mean total. Fucking, I mean, to have that level of resilience, amazing. So I salute you. Have you listened to Anjen Deporta at all? If not, you've got to check him out. I don't know Space Monkey. I don't know. I've never heard it. Anjen Deporta. I've never heard of them. It's a story of Ziggy Stardust. I've never really been that much. I'm sorry. Never really got Ziggy Stardust, or it just didn't. Bowie never really did it for me. I don't know if he's really got anything that I absolutely love. It's like he's certainly not got anything that I love more than anything off the first 8 Black Sabbath albums, apart from that Swinging the Chain one. Best Bowie album. Did anyone collected to collect cars? The problem with cars is, I mean, okay, see if ideally if you lived in a country estate, I would have fucking. But the thing is with cars, you've got to MOT it and play it running and stuff like that. A guitar like this, whatever you pay for it, put elixirs on it, you know what I mean, and give it a clean every year like I have. I mean, this thing, these elixirs have been scraped. This guitar, it's been at least, it's been more than 10 years since the strings were changed. They are elixir polywebs though, but give it a clean, and there's no MOT, and even if it does fail, you don't crash and go on fire. I did take change. I would totally. I mean, what's you gonna do? Don't get Bowie. Somebody, I'll go for it. Kit Kats, you are an arsehole. But I mean, no, I've just never. To be the first album I got is actually up there. My Aunt Shirley, I got it from her, and it was Aladdin Sane. And I was like, that pure kind of looks a bit puffy. You know what I mean? This is, I don't know what age would have been, 15, 14, something like that. And I put it on as that pair. This is just when I just got into the Stones, maybe 6 months after it was that pair. Oh, there's a cover of a Stones song on it. I'll play that one first. And from memory, it probably doesn't sound like this. But from memory, it went, let's spend the night together. I need you more than ever. And I was just like, and I've never really recovered. I know that I've heard some of the songs on the radio and I've listened to some of it, and I quite like what's the one where he's jumping up, Kick in the Air. I've got that one. The album's falling to bits. The Man Who Sold the World. But I quite like it, but it's just not super my thing. No, there's no chance of playing left-handed. It's impossible. I've got more. I would say the best bet would be if you were going to try and play a left-handed guitar. The only chance of playing anything is to play it upside down with the strings the wrong way round. Do you know what I mean? And just because at least then you can go. You know, you can play one string stuff then. It's only when you change string you have to think about it and play a different string. But you can play one string shit left-handed. As soon as it goes that way around, you can't do fuck all. Yes, I've done some drawings which I sent over to check. Sometime I'm tied up with finishing a Gretsch for a while, which is a pain in the arse. See, that doesn't sound as much fun. Jess, with the double neck thing, I built the first one over the weekend. Do you know what I mean? Just painted it green and all that shit. And that, because I'd done that and it worked, I went on and back and did that one. I spent at least 2 weeks sanding that bastard. Because the first one had worked and I'd sold it to pay for the parts of the other one, so it's free. Spent ages fucking sanding it, like pure to the point of just. Yeah, I think I was watching Star Trek on my fucking laptop, just sitting there like that, pure. Man. Ziggy Stardust was shit for parts. Especially guitars. That is shite patter. You know what I mean? That is shite patter. And like you've got a guitar as cool as this. You know what I mean? Jealousy. Mick Ronson was like pure. Who was it that told me that really they couldn't watch he stopped now in Foxy if you're still kicking about. I know he put a video up the other night of it. He's just, I don't know, watching some theatre thing and videoing it. Foxy's guitar channel, I always liked him. But he would always play, whenever he was demonstrating a guitar, you know, it's like, Jen always slags me off for every time I get a shot of a guitar, I give it I always play the same chords, because that's basically testing that it's in tune, you know what I mean? I don't even know I can't remember what it is I always play, but I always play the same thing. Like from any time in the last 10 years, you'll see me go, this is a guitar from, but I kind of go. I think it's just that. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. But again, I keep drinking too much. I can't remember what I'm going. There's an Aria Pro 2. There's different levels of Aria Pro 2 though. Aria Pro 2 continued on to the modern era, and if you compare them to the equivalent priced Squire, Washburn, Harley Benton, those sort of things, they are still pretty good, but they're not if it's a Japanese one and it's £150, it's fucking amazing. Assuming the neck isn't snapped or super warped, and most of the parts are there by a Japanese Aria Pro 2. Even the least good ones would be the sort of 87 era, the later on, this kind of when they're just not very much. Everyone's becoming, instead of being let's see who can make the best guitar for $200, it became let's see who can make the most money on a guitar that's $200. And it totally happened in about 1987, bang, and suddenly you got all the Korean guitars coming in, which looks like this, but were a quarter as good. Yeah. Foxy looks like Frankie Howard. Yeah. No, I was talking about Foxy, yeah, but someone couldn't bear the way he played a D. And I was like, I just fucking watch him because so he'd play it like that. That. I mean, why not? But he played that G, that D, not that one. And somebody found that. Montgomery Scott is going to be born in Linlithgow. Scotty, is his name? Is Montgomery Scott his full name? Is Montgomery his first name? It totally rings a bell. Is it not something else? It's maybe Lieutenant. Okay, maybe. I've got 5 litres of free nicotine in the freezer. Yeah, sounds great. You inject it in between your fingers. Oh, I'm enjoying my bucky tonight. Oh damn it! I did a bass loop thing at the start tonight, and I just overtook it there for trying to play that fucking the fast bit in Sim to the Universe when I should have just been playing the not fast bit. It's pure the Bradster version from Talk of the Devil version of Sim to the Universe. I mean, that is the best riff ever written, isn't it? It's like, the less notes in your riff, the better the riff. This is Rugged Doug. I don't even know what you're talking. Free bass nicotine. Yeah, Kit Kat. Sometimes, but the thing is, it goes beyond. It's much more a Randy Rhoads type. It doesn't have the class of the Tony Iommi sound. Do you know what I mean? Is it Sex Pistols? I assume you're thinking. No, it's what I was referring. Well, then it's like that, and Tony Iommi was using P90s, so that's the thing. So it's like metal is a P90. I'm now sitting here going, pure P90s. I've got that fucking Gibson. I need to have a wee shot of playing that wanky clean with P90s. Nothing wrong with caveman. Yeah, so you're at. As soon as you say caveman metal, why is it I immediately think of Grand Funk Railroad? Are you a Grand Funk Railroad, Mr. Whitesnake fan? I think you probably should be. Also, see for your roadsters, have you ever listened to Night Ranger's first album, Mr. Whitesnake? Like, it's called Dawn Patrol. It'll be on YouTube or something. Obviously, if you can get the record of the CD, better. But that album, and the reason I bought a Night I said White Snake. I meant Night Ranger. Did I say? Night Ranger was, I was watching Family Guy 10 years ago or something, and it was the dad and the alien were driving in a car, and it was like, I think they'd been spiked with like hash brownies or something like that. And they were like, that pure, oh, I don't know. And it's like, pure, are we stoned? It's like, I don't know, I've never been stoned before, what do you think? And it's like, that pure, well, if we put on Night Ranger and it's fucking amazing, then we're stoned. So they put it on, and it was like, they were like, that pure, oh! And it was like, all right. And I thought, I'm going to, a couple of months later, something, I saw a Night Ranger record, bought it, and it's fucking brilliant. It's amazing. The bars just rock. Well, they kind of do, but it's like. So that's what I was talking about this at the start. This is era of this. What pickup is that? This is a DiMarzio pickup. Later on, they made different models of pickup, but at this time, they made that one. You could have two of them the same, but that's it. Yeah. Night Ranger. No man. Oh, I was playing. It was fucking amazing. I always need a bit more distortion. This guitar's amazing for this. American Dad, those pickups are magnetic. Fucking Mr. White. Well, that's two from Sloaney, so Sloaney's still winning with two awesome t-shirt designs. These pickups are magnetic. Fucking, that's a t-shirt if ever there was one. I've got one of that Chibs from 335 in the bridge with Stormy Monday in the neck, which is zebra, just make it look cooler. One night, me and my mate took the best MTA. We got the Indiana Jones Crystal Stillman. It was still shite. It's a hard sell, that Indiana Jones one, eh? It was not far into it at all before I was just like, pure, no. It's like, no. I've still not watched the Indiana Jones and the Timepiece of Destiny or whatever it's, Dial of Destiny, whatever it's called. And it's like, it's fucking filmed on the street, which 90% of those records were bought on. It's filmed on that street, and the street's only 100 yards long. But I mean, I'm just trying to remember. I'm sure I got it. I'm sure it's a. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I don't really. Yeah! The Bradster. Are you cycling? I'm doing a wee bit of bike riding. Yeah, I did get knobbly tyres. Got a P90 in the drawer, might stick it in my telly neck position. I don't think I've ever had. It's mad how a Telecaster's somehow acceptable to have all these pickups, huh? Because you get a telly But obviously you get one with a humbucker and the bridge. But once you get the telly, it's quite common to see a telly with a telly pickup, a humbucker, a P90 or a mini humbucker in it. It's mad. And a strap pickup. So it's like, of all the, I reckon the most, in any guitar, the most different types of pickup in the one position are neck position on a telly. It is. I'm ratting it up, yeah. But when I say it's the rat pedal, I mean it's the DIST3 pedal from Temu, which costs it's not one of the really cheap ones. I haven't looked for one for a while, but it was I paid nearly a tenner for it, something like that. What you do if you're looking for like Temu or AliExpress pedals, see if it's got a vintage and a turbo mode on it. It's probably a rat pedal, because you get like a vintage and a turbo rat. That's how I bought that one, and it's fine. So basically all of my entire rig tonight is this guitar going into a tuner. That doesn't count. There's a Temu tube screamer which costs like £6. That Temu rat pedal, and then I'm going into a loop pedal for doing that, but that doesn't make any difference. And there is a wee bit of reverb on in the amp, and I can turn the chorus on the amp through a rolling cube plugged into the telly. What? £200 setup, not including the computer. Pink Floyd, oh. You say the hill's too steep to climb. Climbing. You start to taste the spring of time. Yeah, one way or another. One way or another. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you, get you, get you, get you. It sounded good when I got the first chord, but I've never played it before. No, I don't know enough Blondie. Oh, it's totally in I'll be damned! Here comes your ghost again. That's not unusual. It's just like the moon. And you decided to. Well, I need someone that matters now. They can't so clearly. But I know it's easy. I've already proved. Cause we both know what memories can bring. They bring diamonds and rust. If we both know what memories can bring, they bring diamonds and rust. Diamonds, diamonds and rust. Diamonds, diamonds and rust. Well, you're telling me You're not nostalgic. That is a fucking Priest guitar. There we go. Oh. And I know I'll turn them off next week if a couple of people were to give me a wee 50 pence thing me chat, I would just turn them off forever. That'd be it. But spike the likes anyway. Sorry, Sloaney. Yep. Yes. I'm sorry. Aye. You know, Mother from Pink Floyd. It's one of the normal songs, Ricky. I don't really know how to play them. I would purposely not learn the songs that most people would learn. Very good. I keep shouting wizard. I don't know any wizard. I'm getting so drunk I'm going to tune. See, this guitar, the strings are at least 10 years old. I didn't have to tune it there, and I've been playing it drunk like an idiot for hours. I'm actually gone past 10 o'clock. Wow. So there'll be no adverts next week, okay? I'll turn them off. White Snake, I'm your family, send me money. White Snake. There's definitely some chorus option in this. Have I even played this since I got a chorus pedal? There's another heart in need of rescue. Running on love free I don't know home with the rest of mine. Cause you know what it means. Though I walk along the lonely street of dreams, just another heart in need of rescue. Waiting on love's sweet charity. And I'm gonna tell her for the rest of my to made up my mind. I ain't wasting no more time. Here I go on my own. Walking down the only road I've known. I was born left alone. It does like something like that. Getting a wee bit carried away. Kept that cob shit as advert on the telly. Well, yeah, if I can die, I'll stop it. Do it better. Nothing to be enjoyable. One big advert for me in Japan, what would just, in fact, you just buy a random odd shaped guitar and fucking really enjoy it more than many more expensive guitars could. Yeah. It's like, Sloaney, not to be offensive here, but that totally sounds like me telling someone how to wire a guitar. When I go like up here, you just take the earth wire off and then you put the earth wire onto the thingy. I can see from you how easy that is to say, or so how easy that is, but it's like, yeah, totally. The world was made in Japan in a cave. What was that song? It was what do you call it? Here I Go Again by Whitesnake. Sort of kind of going for the 1987 12-inch single version, which has got lots of keyboards and chorus on it. Oh. Actually, so you realise you're going to have to change the oil in my guitar. And my... Oh, you could be the person I've been looking for years. You want any wiring and shit done on your guitar, Sloaney? I'd never thought of this until right this very moment. Any shit pickups you can't pick up and maybe needs a setup and stuff like that, and you're willing to fucking service my Honda and do things like change the oil, because I'm a precious flower, and basically I understand the fundamentals and how an engine works. I have changed alternators and shit and wheels and stuff like that. I just fucking hate taking off bolts that don't want to come off and just taking all the skin off my fingers and fucking being covered in oil, which I can't get rid of. That doesn't happen with a guitar. So yes, I'll wire fucking as many guitars as it takes you to fucking fix my car up. Unless you have a V6 engine. I don't have such a thing. I've got a wee thing, right? Okay, so we're coming up to the end. I'm a bit drunker, so I've stayed on a bit longer than I should have. What's everyone most played guitar this week? So from the end of last week's live stream and this one, which guitar? It doesn't have to be a favourite guitar. Or which one have you put the most time playing? Who's in for what Epstein? Certainly, I don't know. So Kit Kats is playing a 70s Maya lawsuit. But you're saying it's dead thin? Are you saying it's a lawsuit because it's got a headstock that's got the open book? In which case you're getting some fucking abuse. Because a lawsuit is one that just looks like a Gibson. But a Fender Paramount acoustic? I don't know what that is. What you said it is, it's dead thin. It's not a lawsuit then. I would argue, well, maybe a lawsuit Telecaster can't, one of those wee Zenta things, doesn't matter if it's got a Telecaster headstock, it's got to be fundamentally. So basically you're a dick. But okay, you've been playing that guitar, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. My old Blazer 550, right. Well, it's good. You're using it properly. You know what I mean? Using it properly is... I've got Ibanez Blazers and they don't get played that much. Oh. You were full of V6 engine. The Hondo 1010. I take it that's the one that's like my bass, the sort of double cut Les Paul. They are good. And I don't want to do that. They're a bit heavy. Ultimately, it comes down to maybe my point about that is I've got the Falcon, and a Falcon is a prettier guitar, but they are good. You put a chips in, quite right. Kit Kats do that. Marco not playing is good. Talking, not that much. Is that you've not been playing the guitar, you've been talking too much? Aye. What guitar have you been playing this week? My engine is small yet powerful. I'm playing Japanese guitars this week and the next. What a fucking cop-out, Mr. Whitesnake. I'm not saying what's your favourite guitar. Do you know what I mean? I'm saying what one have you played this week most? It could be anyone. To be honest, it's so off the top of my head I can't even think about what one it is. What guitar have I played most this week? I really well, so from Sunday to Sunday. Phil, I think. Possibly the double neck. Jobby Brown Wonder, I love it. That's like, see, oh, I can't remember the exact words. Oh, my Aria, I was talking about the Aria PE. I can't remember what colour it is. It's got a brilliant name. You get like an antique violin finish version of it, which is the first ever relic guitar, officially, like the first people ever to make a guitar on mass production that looks like it was worn in because it was violin finish, was the Aria PE series. But I think they've got different. So the antique violin is AV, and you get like cherry red, which is CR, and I think mine is BR, which is brown. It's either just brown or normal brown or boring brown or something like that. That's one of my favourite things about the guitar. I play G, B and N. I'm more of an acoustic guitar. I don't know what G, B and N is, but I mean, yeah, there's nothing wrong with playing acoustic. Hope you appreciate the snide pattern directed me so you don't just get off, Malcolm. I'm basically like Jesus. What, misunderstood? Where people take your name and do horrible things. I played a Morris W80 mostly this week, followed by a Yamaha FG170. Well, there you go. Road one. Your car has no dipstick. Don't need no EMP or an electrical failure, bro. I don't know. Maybe I do wish I was a bit more into cars so I could be bothered fixing it. I noticed Sloanie's not mentioned any fact about needing guitars fixed because I'm really good at that and you can fucking fix my car. Yeah, but surely if with Google ability you can, if you drain the, I mean this, I don't know, I'm just going that I do not know this for a fact, but if you take all the oil out of your car, whatever it is, drain it out the bottom, out the sump plug, and then you can just Google, I've got the 1.6 litre ABC2 engine, how much oil should you put in that? Oh, 4 litres, so if you've drained all the oil out, can you not just put 4 litres in? I don't know. If that's the thing that's worrying you, I've never changed oil in a car. But instead I can do fucking pinched harmonics. I could be a man, but instead I worked out how to do pinched harmonics, yeah. Most of my guitars home this week. I've got 7 guitars at my parents' house now. Encore anniversary. There's a lot to play this week. Good. Bass is great fun. You've got a good bass amp, Sloanie. Don't work any guitar before 90, yeah. That's just cheating. I like to play Wild Word by Cat Stevens. What's the first chord? The answer is, I think if you gave me the first chord, I could probably. Trying to get by, just upon a chance. Baby, it's a wild world. Let you get by, just upon a. Taking my part away. Never gonna take me, girl. Don't be a bad girl. If you wanna take good care. I got a lot of nice things to wear. Got a lot of nice things to bear. Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby. on a train. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. How'd you get down? Does it tell me? Who knows when you got Jesus? That's exactly it. Just if you believe hard enough, Mr. Whitestick. To pay for your bandwidth service, Julie Dan. Tim Harden, yes, it was. Oh baby, it's a wild world. It's hard to get by upon a smile. Oh baby, 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 yeah. I did actually go and see Yusuf. He was fucking brilliant. What a wee guy. He's just a pure wee. He's just like he's about this size. You can just imagine just going, oh, go cat. Love a wee guy. Hey, X-Paps, haven't seen you for ages. Been mostly Thunder Bass Unplugged. Fucking that's how you know. It's like you know that's proper playing. None of your namby-pamby. And if you're unplugged and you're playing a Thunder Bass, you are fucking thumping those strings. Teaser and the Firecat is such a good album. Yes, I do have them all. Do you know why I bought my first Cat Stevens album? Well, it doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you. I was watching. There used to be a show called Shooting Stars with Vic and Bob in it, where he had basically what celebrity panel shows. Where the first one ever was called Shooting Stars, and it was Vic Reeves and Bob Mortimer. And one of the questions was, "Can you guess what I've got in my hand and below the desk?" And they all had a guess, and it was like, "No, it's a Cat Stevens greatest hits record." And I remember seeing that and going, "That's pretty funny. You would never guess that's what he had, with no context." And then a week or two later, I went to a shop I'd never been to called Missing Records, which was just in below Central Station Hotel and down a bit, one of the many locations it's been in, and going in. And I remember getting 8 for a fiver sales and records for £1, but I'd never seen records for 25 pence. And I was looking through the 25 pence records, and I found Cat Stevens' greatest hits for 25 pence, which was the one that Vic Reeves had heard up on TV a few weeks before. And I was like, fuck it, back. No way. Really rare scene. I can't even get a record for 25 pence. I mean, who is Cat Stevens? No idea. Never heard any of his stuff. Put it on. And it's fucking brilliant. It's like the whole thing is fantastic. My favourite one's Peace Train. Oh, it's amazing. Mr. Big did a cover of that at the ABC before it shut. Paul Gilbert was in. Bills was great too. You should understand why David Will wanted to sympathise. Right, Bigsby unfortunately had a different experience with Mr. Big. We saw them after Living Colour in the Barras, and Living Colour were a lot better. They did play that song though. Yeah, I forgot they'd done it. Yeah, I'm talking about the original Cat Stevens. Use your dipstick, Victor Sloan. Mr. Whitestick, he's talking about dipsticks. Oh, I don't know. I feel really emasculated here, but I just don't know how to do these things. Peace Train. Oh, let's all try that. There's a chance I'll be able to play that start bit, which I've never played before. We are going from the last time I played a lot. Well, I think I probably learnt it from a book like 20 years ago. But Cat Stevens' greatest hits. There we go. Greatest hits albums. Cat Stevens' greatest hits. The original one. Flawless. Nazareth greatest hits. The original one. Wings greatest hits. These are just greatest hits albums. Here you go. Here's 8 to 10 songs of this band. All the best bits. Amazing. So it goes. Well, I've been smiling lately, thinking about the good things to come, 'cause I believe it could be something good has begun. 'Cause I got really far though for the first time playing it and ever. Amazing. Well, good. I mean, Living Colour were phenomenal. I think they named him more Cat. I don't actually know what his real name was. Matthew and Son, remember gone, but never remember do. That's a fucking amazing. I think there's a heavy metal version of that. That's about to happen. Da 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 da. I don't know how to do that. I want to go like, I've done it 5 times. Queen Greatest Hits Volume 1, so that's another one. Apart, I'm just not that keen with one song that you can play. He's an Islamist. Well, yeah, but that doesn't make him bad because, as we all know, bastards come in all shapes, sizes, colours and religions. It doesn't matter. You can be any one of them and brand new, and every one of them contains bastards. I was watching a thing the other night about the Iran war. Let's get controversial. And it's like, I didn't know the names of enough of the countries round about it, but I didn't realise there was that many. Like, the Muslims have Protestants and Catholics as well. It's like, so you can just be the same religion, but still kill each other. Fucking great. Yeah, it's a brilliant system. Cat Stevens and Gordon Lightfoot. My pal used to really love Gordon Lightfoot. None of it really stuck. Sloaney, have you heard J.J. Cale? Maybe a little bit like, it's kind of a bit like Cat Stevens. They've both got a similar timbre. I think there's a J.J. Cale's whereas Cat Stevens like there's a they've got their own frequency. I do like them both. The King of the Roads by... I don't know. The King of the Road. I don't know. Would I be a Cat Stevens fan to the level I am? To be honest, I do have probably most of Cat Stevens' albums, but the Greatest Hits is the best one. Really, I know my pal was right into Numbers quite a lot on the Banapple Gas one. I think that may actually be on Numbers, but really, it's the Teaser and the Firecat and Tea for the Tillerman, I think, and Mona Mora Jackin are the ones that I've got. But then again, I quite like the early stuff as well with that. I love my dog as much as I love you. Amazing. Oh, what's the one? Bam, 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 bam. I can't even remember what's the song with the thing? Heart-shaped box versus egg-shaped penis. I wish I knew it. Paul Gilbert's a national treasure. He's so funny. His guitar collection for like Dimebag Darrell's Bigsby 19. So you've been watching, being a Paul Gilbert fan. You see he's got an album out just now. And in his album, he has released half a dozen videos of songs he's done with like a wee... I assume it's the band who played on his album, and he's wearing like a tri-corner hat and shit. In one of them, he's playing me and Mr. Whitesnake's 1986 RG530. Although his one is red and he's put deactivators in it, but that guitar in red, Mr. Whitesnake has the exact same guitar in red. So yes, I mean, I'm a fan. Actually, when we went to the gig, I took that with me on the off chance of meeting Paul Gilbert. Had already fucked off by the time we got backstage, though. And I do have my Ibanez RG470, which I did take in, which is signed by Billy Sheehan now. Yes. No, there's something about Mr. Big I don't like. I don't know what it is. I love Paul Gilbert's solo stuff. The Spaceship One and all that. Pure. Am I gonna try? I've should. Yeah, I can't remember. I just like this. That's trouble. Sober, I used to be able to play that. Kim was raised a king of the road. Her gun sounds like a like. Yes, I ain't got no cigarettes. Anyone heard Chicken Fried Here by Zach? Bro, I have not. Listen to The Watchman's Gone by. That's a fuck's sake. That's a corker. Bigsby, have you watched my channel a lot? Just because of that exact phrasing. So you've not seen that as a. If you look at it, it's not just black in the middle. It's flamed maple green. Yeah, but the reason I'm questioning whether you watch my channel a lot is the word you used, corker, because I actually have a corker, and there's not very many of these in the world. I'm going to say probably less than 10, definitely less than 20 corkers, and none of them are anything like this. So they are just, because you said corker, this is actually a corker. Oh. Oh. James Blunt is underrated, but I think everyone thinks he's shite, so as long as he's not shite, yes, I agree. I don't think he's underrated. Paul Gilbert's a 19 shoe. Yeah, I think he is a bit of he's one of those tall folk. Right, I've nearly gone to 11 tonight, so obviously I've got a little bit carried away. I'm going to cut it at that. Maybe I just needed my bucky. Maybe I'm just enjoying this guitar too much. It's a bit crude, Slonia, there. Men with big feet need bigger tarps. And at right speed. Sorry, just being drunk makes you try things you don't normally try. Oh, sorry. Can't remember the band, but Paul plays a gig with a three-piece band all dressed as astronauts. The bass player, a really unusual Rickenbacker bass pulled out. Yes. Is that guy, bass player's name was Linus of Hollywood, and Spaceship One, which was the first song that I ever heard by Paul Gilbert, the first thing I knew what he did, and got a Volvo or a Cadillac, I'm gonna take it in between. Like the type behind the back of my car, I'm gonna take it. My pretty good bad face, want you. Can't remember all the notes, but I used to be able to play it. Yes, it's really good. Big feet, big socks, your mind is worse than mine. Big V8, yeah. Keep going with the riffs, just getting warmed up, buds. I don't know, I just need to write. I'm sometimes not having any. I'm going to double check the thing once. Give me something that I've got a chance of playing that's hard that I might be able to wing and get right first time. That was meant to be Airwolf, by the way. Oh, I'm too drunk to got a dream. Come with the devil will take you away. Fucking hell, I'm too drunk to play that, but yeah, it's good fun. Nexus and the Replicants. I don't know what that is. What do you think of the year 2002? I don't remember it. CCR is like... There's a place up ahead and I'm going. It's as fast as my feet can fly. On the ground, on the ground, on the ocean. There's a sinking ship behind. Come on, a rising wind. I'm going up around the bend. Along with perpetual motion, the back on a kiss bruiser. On the way where the goal of rotation, will it go from a bucket flame? Dragon Force has found a place. Yeah, but I mean, what was I trying to? I was going to try to. I was trying to play amphetamine. But Dragon Force, there you go. Onyx brand, I do not know, no. When you're off it, you can go clean Jazzy Cinco. Few swigs the beast unleashed. Yeah, but I just need the right level of silliness though. Do you know what I mean? We've got too long. So if you can spike the lights before I go, I'm going to have to go to bed. Got a little bit carried away. That's been nearly an hour longer than normal. Just like back in the old days. Full bottle of Bucky. Fucking yeah. Spike the lights. If I get enough likes, I'll turn it off. The fucking adverts for next week. Alright. How does that go? Rock on.